All right, guys and girls, if y'all could take your seats, we'll go ahead and get started. All right, we want to officially welcome you to our first Veterans Military Affairs Public Protection meeting during this session. We plan on having more, so today we're going to hear a couple bills. We're going to go ahead and start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then I've asked Brother Fugit to go ahead and follow with a prayer. So if you all want to remain standing after the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's pray together. Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for our great nation that you've given us. And Lord, thank you for those that have served in our military to protect us and Lord, to fight for our freedoms. Lord, I pray that we would make good decisions that would benefit our veterans here in this committee. I pray for our chairman, co-chairman. And Lord, I pray that you bless every member on this committee. Lord, may we just do the right thing for those that have done so much for us. And we thank you, Lord, for doing all that you do for us. Thank you for blessing us. And thank you for allowing us to be here today to represent you. We ask you to do that.
Amen. All right, thank you. We'll go ahead and do roll call real quick. We're getting a few more members. I was trying to do some of those others so we could make sure we have a full 11 here. So, Madam Secretary, please call roll.
Representative Blanton. Representative Dossett. Here. Representative Duplessis.
Here.
Are you in your annex office, sir?
No, I'm remote.
Are you on the Capitol grounds, Jim, or you happen to be at home?
If I can get my phone off mute, I am in my district.
Okay. All right. You're welcome to listen in, but we cannot record your vote. But thank you for being here.
Representative Freeland. Representative Fugit.
Present.
Representative Gentry.
Present in the room.
Representative Goforth.
Here.
Representative Gooch.
Here in the room.
Representative Hart.
Here.
Representative Cook.
Here.
Representative Lewis.
Here.
Representative Maddox. Representative McCool.
Here.
Representative Mentor. Representative Sharp.
Here.
Representative Stevenson. Representative Tackett Lafferty. Representative Wesley. Representative Wheatley.
Here.
And Chair Thomas.
Here. All right. I think we have a quorum. All righty. At this time, I'm going to, real quick here, we want to say thank you to the outgoing members. We had Representative Samara Heverin, Ed Massey, Attica Scott, and Lisa Wilners. So please mention to them if you see any of them. Thank you for their previous service these last couple of years. And we want to welcome all the new members. And instead of me letting you take 10 minutes, since we're kind of on a time crunch, we'll just kind of, if you want to raise your hand, Representative Bobby McCool is with us, and he is vice chairman. So you might see him up here a little bit. Representative Chris Freeland over here. Representative Robert Goforth. Now, all three of those are not new members, but and Representative Jim Gooch, he's probably, have you been on here before? No? Once? Okay, I figured you'd come back around here. Representative Savannah Maddox, who is not with us right now, but Representative Scott Sharp. There he is. And Representative Pamela Stevenson, Colonel. Yeah, we're glad to have you. And Representative Ashley Tackett Lafferty, and we've served together for a while, so we're glad to have you. And Representative Bill Wesley. So we want to welcome everyone. All right, at this time we do have a distinguished vet, so we will let you come take the table, sir. And I think distinguished vet is a guest of Representative Wesley's and Cook's, I believe. So, all right. So we will turn the floor over. Would you like to say something first, Representative Wesley?
Yes, this is Philip Treadway, First Sergeant that we had over the 149th Infantry Unit in Charlie Company over in Ravenna, where I'm from, in Estill County. Not only that, but he's a friend of mine. Very proud of him, what he's done over the last 24 years. So we appreciate him being with us today.
Thank you for being here, sir. And you see the little green button. When that's on, you take the floor.
Am I good? Okay. You know, first of all, I want to thank the chairman and the members of the committee for giving me the opportunity to be here and speak today. I also want to thank General Bullard and the folks that are following us on Zoom. Last but not least, I want to thank all of our veterans that are on the committee and that are watching us today. Thank you for your service. As Representative Wesley said, my name is Philip Treadway. I'm a retired First Sergeant, and he invited me up here today to speak with you all a few minutes about my career and 23 years of service and some thoughts that I have on leadership. Please bear with me. I really didn't know what to expect or what you guys were wanting to hear, so I'll do the best I can. My career started immediately after high school. I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps from 1993 to 1997. After my service in the Marines, I enlisted in the Kentucky Army National Guard, where I served in the Active Guard and Reserve program, initially on the Kentucky's counter-drug program, in a surveillance detachment. It's a detachment that Kentucky has to combat the drug problem in the state. I was then selected for an assignment in the Infantry Battalion as a unit administrator. I've served in numerous positions throughout my career as a fire team leader, a squad leader, a platoon sergeant, company first sergeant, and my final assignment before I retired in 2018, I was the headquarters company first sergeant in 1st Battalion 149th Infantry. Throughout my career, I've deployed all over the world in both training and operational capacities to support the global war on terror. My most memorable and challenging deployment was Operation Iraqi Freedom from 2006 to 2007. I was a newly promoted first sergeant, responsible for the welfare and health of 118 infantrymen, and I was very young, at the ripe age of 30. Being responsible for soldiers in a combat environment where one mistake or bad decision could lead to someone not coming home is a monumental task for any leader. When you talk about leadership, I think it's important that you define it first. And leadership, simply put, is the ability to influence others to accomplish a mission or a goal. That sounds easy enough, but in reality, it really isn't. Thankfully, the U.S. military, all branches, soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines, they have a great approach to making leaders. They can take ordinary folks and train them to do extraordinary things. And my approach to this challenge was to rely on that training that I've received as a leader, and also to ensure that my soldiers were extremely proficient in their warrior skills and tasks. We train and evaluate our leaders on the core values of loyalty, duty, respect, selfless service, honor, integrity, and personal courage. All are equally important of any leader, but I could talk all day about leadership. Unfortunately, I don't have the time, so I want to spend just a few minutes zero in on a few that I felt was very important as a leader, and those are respect, and I'd like to add the words approachable and passion. Respect is not just a way that your subordinates look at you or how they treat you, but more importantly, how you look at them and how you treat them. It's simply the golden rule. Treat others the way that you would like to be treated. I always like to use the comment, praise in public and correct in private. And if you do that, that'll get you a long way in earning the respect of your subordinates. Trust me when I say by nature, the folks that you lead will respect your position and your rank and do the most of the things that you ask them to do. But if you want them to respect you and exceed the standards, well, then you got to earn their respect. And there's many other ways to do that. Being approachable. A great leader once said, "The day your soldiers stop bringing you their problems is the day that they have come to the conclusion that you are not capable of solving it or you simply don't care. Be that one person that they can count on to guide them through any situation. And actually listen when they bring you a problem. I've never learned anything while I was talking. If you help them through a tough situation or any situation, they'll bend over backwards for you." Being passionate about what you do. People know if you really care or if you're just going through the motions. A lot of my veterans out here today would agree with me that a private could see a phony a mile away. It was always easy for me as a first sergeant to have passion, or as a leader in general. My passion was them. You got to be honest, it's not always easy to stay motivated and eager to do some of the things that the military asks you to do. But the one thing that never changes is the folks that you're standing in front of leading, and then those folks on your left and on your right. As a leader, I always thought of them as my children, and each day that I put the uniform on and I woke up and suited up, I wanted to ensure that they were successful, trained, resourced, and well taken care of. In closing, I would like to share with you the creed of the non-commissioned officer. Throughout my career as a leader, I always wanted to continue to grow and learn. And to do this, from time to time, you need to step back and take a self-assessment of yourself. Throughout my career, I would go back and review this creed, and it would help me take inventory on where I was as a leader. The creed of the non-commissioned officer. No one is more professional than I. I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. As a non-commissioned officer, I realize that I'm a member of a time-honored corps, which is known as the backbone of the Army. I am proud of my corps of non-commissioned officers and will conduct myself as to bring credit upon the corps, the military service, and my country, regardless of the situation in which I find myself. I will not use my grade or position to attain pleasure, profit, or personal safety. Competence is my watchword. My two basic responsibilities will always be uppermost in my mind: the accomplishment of my mission and the welfare of my soldiers. I will strive to remain technically and tactically proficient. I am aware of my role as a non-commissioned officer and will fulfill my responsibilities inherent in that role. All soldiers are entitled to outstanding leadership, and I will provide that leadership. I know my soldiers, and I will always place their needs above my own. I will communicate consistently with my soldiers and never leave them uninformed. I will be fair and impartial when recommending both rewards and punishment. Officers of my unit will have maximum time to accomplish their duties. They will not have to accomplish mine. I will earn their respect and confidence as well as that of my soldiers. I will exercise initiative by taking appropriate action in the absence of orders. I will not compromise my integrity, my moral courage. I will not forget, nor will I allow my comrades to forget, that we are professionals, non-commissioned officers, leaders. At this time, that concludes my presentation, pending any questions from the committee, sir.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate you being here, appreciate your service. I'm going to turn it over to Representative Wesley in case you have any comments, and if not, Representative Cook. Or y'all good to just go down and present them with something? All right. At this time, we'll send them down. And DJ, would you care to catch, do you have your phone with you? Can you catch a picture of them? Bud has the official one, but it's always good to have the other ones too there. Thank you, sir. You're welcome to stick around for the meeting if you want to see, and we appreciate everything you do there. For the committee members, especially the new ones, as you just witnessed, we honor a veteran. It could be someone, even police force, just some heroic person in your community or so. So if you ever have someone that would like to be honored at one of our committee meetings, Tommy Druin, right over there, is the one that's going to kind of keep the list. I believe we do have someone coming next week, but after that, it's pretty open. So any new committee members, please reach out to Tommy if there's someone you'd like to honor. All right. And what you saw also was a challenge coin that was presented to First Sergeant Treadway. And I do have some of those for this presentation, but we're going to start talking about, it's been about 4 or 5 years since we've ordered some of those in case any members of the committee would like some to hand out in your own district. We'll try to put that together and try to get that information out to y'all, and you can personally buy some too. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and move on to our 2 bills that we have. Representative Cook, if you want to take this seat, and if you have any guests, have them come join you. You have quite a few guests. Pull up some more chairs.
Mr. Chairman, I'd also like to point out how nice it is to have 2 more Marines infiltrate this committee. So
There you go. There you go.
Cool and Leslie on. You
You're
never
not
have
the-
enough Marines, right?
More crayons.
More crowns, yeah.
All righty. Representative, I believe there is a committee sub. So, members, you have that in your folder. I would entertain a motion to adopt the committee sub to
Motion
HB
on the
14.
sub.
Have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All righty. You're ready to roll with this committee sub.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and let me first explain what that committee sub does, because we've seen this bill now. This is the 4th year that we've seen this bill. The committee sub points out that property must actually be owned and in use by the Veteran Service Organization. That would prevent, them leasing that out and trying to find a roundabout way and just avoiding property tax. So that was brought up by member Senator Higdon in the Senate, and we wanted to include that as this bill moves forward. And each year, this is my 3rd year presenting this bill, and I always started off with my favorite quote from George Washington: "And the willingness with which our young people are likely to serve in any war, no matter how just the cause, shall be directly proportional to how they perceive veterans of early wars were treated and appreciated by our nation." And our veteran service organizations out there do unbelievable amount of work for our communities, and they're the ones. These are the places these young veterans coming home. Oftentimes, these are the first places they go when they need any kind of help, anything, whether it's PTSD, whether it's help with child or anything else. Veterans trust each other, and that's how important these veteran service organizations are. And we have over 100,000 Kentucky veterans who have proudly served this great nation and belong to these VSOs. Many more are not members, but like I said, they're the first places they're going to go to when they need that help. I'd like to point out that 31 other states have already approved this.
Second.
We do have a motion and a second. You're welcome to continue.
I'll be quiet.
That's advisable. All righty. Does any members have any questions, though, they'd like to ask? Representative Hart?
The only change is compared to the last time you presented this is the amendment by Senator Higdon. Is that correct? Yes, sir. Just wanted to clarify.
All right. Do we have any other members seeking recognition or questions? It's been heavily vetted over the last 4 years, so I believe we're ready to vote. So, Madam Secretary, please call roll.
Representative Blanton? Representative Dossett?
Yes.
Representative Duplessis? Representative Freeland? Representative Fugit?
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Gentry?
Yes.
Representative Goforth?
Yes.
Representative Gooch? Yes. Representative Hart?
Yes.
Representative Cook?
Yes.
Representative Lewis?
Yes.
Representative Maddox?
Yes.
Representative McCool?
Yes.
Representative Mentor,
Yes.
Representative Sharp, Representative Stevenson, Representative Tackett Lafferty, Representative Wesley,
Yes.
Representative Wheatley,
Yes.
and Chair Thomas.
Yes. Well, the bill passed unanimously. If we had consent, I'd make that motion, but unfortunately we don't this year. But we'll look forward to hearing it on the floor, where I'm sure it'll have the same favorable recommendation there. So thank you all, gentlemen, for being here.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and if anybody is willing to co-sponsor that, we already have many co-sponsors out there, but please see me, let's jump on, be a co-sponsor, because we all know A&R, that's where this thing hits each year. So jump on board and let's get this passed for the veterans.
Thank y'all. All righty. We got our next bill is HB 109, and Shane Baker, Representative Baker, we appreciate you carrying this and being here. And if you have any guests, please bring them up to the table. Representative Baker, if your guests could please introduce themselves for the record. Just make sure y'all's microphones are on. There's a little button on there, and it turns green when you can talk.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If you guys would introduce yourself for the record. I think you're not on yet.
Yes, sir. My name is Jeremy Harper. I am the Legislative Committee Chairman for the National Guard Association of Kentucky.
Good morning. My name is Rob Holdsworth. I'm a retired Lieutenant Colonel. I'm here representing the National Parents Organization.
Rob, did your mic come on? Is there a green button on? Push that little button.
Oh,
Can
my
you do that one
apologies.
more time?
Good morning. My name is Rob Holdsworth. I'm a retired Lieutenant Colonel. I'm here representing the National Parents Organization.
All right. Thank you. Please proceed.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's a great privilege and honor to sit before you this morning. What do we do?
No,
Okay.
I don't think it. I think that was in virtual words. Someone kicking in there. Out there, and anyone on the Zoom meeting or so, please mute your mics just for a sec, and we'll unmute them if you need to speak at the appropriate time.
Well, thank you. It's an honor to be before you this morning and to stand for our veterans, our service members who have committed themselves to travel around the country and around the world to protect the liberties that we hold so dear. And I'm honored to be able to carry this bill this year. This is the second year I believe this bill's been heard. It passed unanimously in this committee last year and passed the House floor, but due to COVID, I did not make it beyond that. House Bill 109 provides for a temporary agreement for custodial responsibility during the deployment of a service member. It outlines the responsibilities of the deploying parent as well as the parent who will have temporary custody during deployment. This temporary custodial agreement will terminate after the deploying parent returns from deployment. The last thing that our men and women who are serving need is to have instability back home, have to worry about their family, about their children, about their well-being while they're trying to serve this nation. This bill does a number of different things, but I have General Harper with us this morning and Lieutenant Colonel Holdsworth, who, I'm sorry, I said General, Major. Did I say General?
Hey, I'll take the promotion.
He got a promotion.
No authority here whatsoever. I apologize. We do have General Adams sitting before me and General Bullard, so I do apologize, sir. Major Harper this morning, if you would, please.
Yes, thank you so much, Representative Baker, and thank you, Chairman Thomas, and to the committee for hearing this again. I actually sat next to Representative Thomas last year and offered support to this very important piece of legislation. And as Representative Baker outlined, this bill was passed by the committee last year unanimously, and then it did make it to the House. And of course, with the way things are, I'm back here again in full support as well.
Motion on the bill.
All right, we do have a motion and a second. Y'all want to hold off on testimony? How about we'll hit questions? Is there any comments, questions from any of the members? And General Bullard and General Adams, thank y'all for being here, even out there in cyber world. Eventually we'll get to see each other and everything again, but we appreciate y'all being here. Is there any questions? We do have a question.
One quick
Representative Martin?
question. I think I already know the answer, but I want to make sure there's no changes to what this bill is compared to what we passed last year, correct?
It's the identical bill. Yes, sir. And I'm going to talk just a hair on it just for that. It's in essence, it's like a compact, so we have to pass it in place here. Tennessee, which we represent Fort Campbell, we share with the state of Tennessee, has already adopted this. So ours has to kind of mirror any other state that has adopted this. So I know y'all motioned a little bit. I just want y'all to be comfortable with the bill there. Is there any other questions or comments? If not, we will move to vote. Madam Secretary, please call roll.
Representative Blanton,
Yes, and if I may, I want to register that I am present and also vote on the previous bill as well, a yes recorded.
Since we're in this roll call, I will come back to you on that second vote. But thank you, Representative Blanton. We'll come back to you in just a sec on the second one.
Representative Dossett,
Yes.
Representative Duplessis, Representative Freeland, Representative Fugit,
Yes, ma'am.
Representative Gentry, Representative Goforth,
Yes.
Representative Gooch, Representative Hart,
Yes.
Representative Cook,
Yes.
Representative Lewis,
Yes.
Representative Maddox,
Yes.
Representative McCool, Representative Mentor,
Yes, and pleasure to see my constituent, Mr. Holdsworth, here today. Thank you.
Representative Sharp,
Yes.
Representative Stevenson, Representative Tackett Lafferty, Representative Wesley,
Yes.
Representative Wheatley,
Briefly explain. Representative Baker, it's a pleasure. And typically at this time, there might be a no, just so somebody who presents their first bill would not get a unanimous vote. But that doesn't matter as much because we don't have something called the consent calendar. I vote yes, like I did last year.
and Chair Thomas.
Yes. All righty, gentlemen, thank y'all for being here. We really appreciate your seeing people vacate. We bumped this up 30 minutes because a lot of us have a 12 o'clock meeting, including myself. So thank y'all for your brevity. And let's see, and thank you, Mr. Harper. Oh, yes, let me open it again real quick for anybody who came in a little bit later that wanted to record a vote on House Bill 14 with the sub.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
Representative Blanton, I record a yes vote.
Thank you, sir. We will make note. All right. We just need a motion to adjourn. Oh, we got those all over. Thank y'all for being here. We'll see you next week.